smiling heart and welcome to the Drink Less, Live Better podcast. This is the podcast that helps you to see that drinking less doesn't need to be stressful, lonely or boring. I'm your host, Sarah Williamson, and I decided to have a year alcohol-free as a little life experiment and haven't looked back. With my experience and training, I now help other women with their alcohol-free or drink less adventures. You can find out more about me and sign up to my 5-day Drink Less challenge at drinklesslivebetter.com. I'm here to tell you that you can relax, connect, and have fun without alcohol in your life. Join me here each week to find out how. So, can you be a healthy hedonist? I'm just back from a retreat in Ibiza. Ah yes, that beautiful island associated with hedonistic living. Dear God, if I'd have been there 3 years ago, you're damn right, it would have been in pursuit of the utmost pleasure, of a different kind. I'd have been leading the charge to the restaurant, followed by bar, followed by nightclub. I'd have seen the most enormous hangover out, and I'd have had to have come home and needed at least a week to recover. Not this time. Let me give you a bit of background. I decided I'd try an experiment back in 2019. I wondered if I could go a year alcohol-free and was keen to see how I felt if I did. The physical and emotional benefits are well documented, and anyone else who doesn't drink will often be keen to tell you about their great sleep, glowing skin, lessened anxiety, and non-existent brain fog. But what about the other bit? We are physical, emotional, and spiritual beings. I was always put off the idea of AA because there was talk of God or a higher power, and I had a very firm idea that this wasn't for me. But I've been wrong before, and I've no doubt at all I'll be wrong again in the future. I'm now seeing more and more signs in my life pointing me towards a more spiritual way of living. Visiting Ibiza last week was another step along in this direction. I spent time in the most amazing villa on top of a mountain with some of my favourite soul sisters, people I've met online and shared life and interests with over the last few years. We ate the most glorious food, we lay in the sun, we did yoga, we meditated, we went for amazing walks to spiritual places. We shared our soul plans, we danced, we laughed, of course we cried, and we felt utterly connected. Yes, to each other, but also to something bigger. This happened not to be an alcohol-free retreat, but I am well aware that alcohol is low in its vibrational frequency. It is so processed, there's no natural energy in it. Oh, and did I mention the ethanol? Yeah, there's no way that alcohol is a health food. I was so happy to be a healthy hedonist, seeking out only good things for my mind, body and soul. If you've been following me for a while, you'll know that I love talking about energy. And yes, that is physical, emotional and spiritual too. I'm totally ready to start living in a more connected way now, to slow down more, to listen, to observe, to understand. When other people step out, they shine a light on a path for other people to venture onto. I'm not fretting too much about trying to work it all out now. I know that there's good stuff unfolding for me and for those around me. I don't underestimate the power of sharing my journey. I'm grateful for the people ahead of me who've shared their stories so I don't feel so alone. We can all step forward together so we can speak about what's important to us and let others find us. To be hedonistically healthy or otherwise is to pursue pleasure. We've all got different pleasures in life. Mine include taking time for myself, reading, walking, sleeping, eating well, being with friends or family, and enjoying creative activities. I love little solo holidays, meeting other people when I'm there, but signing up by myself. Ibiza was last week, and this weekend I'm off to walk Snowdon with a group of lovely ladies, only one of whom I've met in real life before. It's a mini adventure. So what kind of healthy hedonist or pursuit of pleasure activities do you want to add to your repertoire? Have a think and DM me if you want. I'm all about cheering you on. Oh, and if you fancy seeing my Ibiza pics, you'll find them on my Insta and Facebook accounts. Do please friend me or follow. And one last thing, if you fancy a UK-based alcohol-free retreat in February 2023, drop me an email or DM. I'll add you to my list so you'll be amongst the first to hear the details as soon as I have them available. Thank you so much for listening in this week. Please listen in again next week. And P.S. I believe in you.